Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Let this groove get you to move. It's alright. Alright. What's going on, everybody? Hope I didn't get copyright strike for that. I'm in a very good mood today. As you can tell, the mighty XRC is here. That's me. What a weird way to start this video. I've had a lot of pre-workout today and I'm just all jacked up. But in all seriousness, everybody, I want to talk about Dean Guitars today. Reason being is because Dean Guitars was, and I'd like to think still kind of is, very prominent on this channel. However, in recent times, Dean Guitars has kind of been MIA. So before I continue to talk, I just want to say, man, if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. Or if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for hanging out. If you'd be so kind to, one, like this video, it just really helps out the YouTube algorithm. And two, be sure to subscribe on your way out the door if you haven't done so yet already. But if you are a subscriber, what's up? Good to see you again. Anyway, man, yeah, so where do we begin? Well, I guess for me personally, it starts all the way back in 2019 with the whole lawsuit fiasco between Dean and Gibson. I'm not here to talk about that. That's been, covered heavily on this channel and just in general, right? I'm not beating a dead horse, but that was just kind of like the beginning of me personally essentially becoming a huge Dean fan, because Dean Guitars was always kind of in the background for me personally in my own life. But then when that whole thing kind of happened, I was like, waving the Dean flag, so to speak, and I was pretty stoked. I wanted Dean to succeed and kind of just come out favorably, we'll say, with that whole lawsuit thing. I've certainly matured as a content creator and as a I guess a public figure in some capacity in the guitar community, to where, like, I'm not going to speak on behalf of the legal matter and all that stuff. That's not why I'm making this video. But it was around that time when I really became a huge fan of Dean Guitars, and I've been following them really heavily since. We, the guitar community, know 2021 and 2022 was an unfavorable year for Dean Guitars for a number of reasons, changing hands in terms of, I don't know, what's a CEO? A management owner? It's not ownership, like management, running ship, whatever you want to call it. Basically, internally, there was a huge shakeup with, some reorganization of personnel, we'll say, as well as losing Dimebag and a whole bunch of other signature artists, right? All right, cool. We're up to speed now. Me personally, after seeing everything that Dean Guitars and Armadillo Enterprises has gone through over the last couple years, I still to this day want to see a huge bounce back and a huge resurgence and a huge rebranding, we'll say, of Dean Guitars. And I think we were starting to see that. However, things have kind of come to a flat-out halt with Dean Guitars. For example, the stainless steel frets that they were teasing in 2021 in like February and or March 2021, I was super excited to see those hit the market. Specifically, I'm talking about the Vengeance V, the Pointy V, and the Pointy E-Type, the Zero, I think it's called. Because in my opinion, those were Dean Guitars' first production line of guitars that were really competing with the modern day market. And what I'm talking about is modern day specs, i.e. Fishmans and stainless steel frets and Evertune bridges. However, those were announced in February and I believe March of 2021, and we still to this day have not seen them in the public, at least from my own personal research. I personally haven't seen them anywhere other than Dean Guitars' website, as well as the promo video that Chris Cannella shot with Dean Guitars. I'm not saying just because of my research that they don't exist out there. Somebody could own these and they could, have hit the market. I personally just have never seen them, and on any sort of retailer's website, I haven't seen any of them ever be in stock. I feel as though we can put those guitars to bed and kind of just not necessarily expect them to hit the market, which is kind of a bummer, but I mean, it's called how it is, man. It's going on 2.5 years now since those were announced. Another thing that makes me think that is because if you go on the actual Dean Guitars website and click on the little blurb on the Vengeance series, it's nowhere to be found. However, during this lull period of give or take 2 years, we did get Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein, and his signature guitar still costs 10 grand, and I don't know if anybody ever bought them or saw them, but I think we should see some sort of import model relatively soon, right? We also got a new Kerry King model, which was called the Overlord, I think it's called, right? Greg from Mudvayne has been teasing a new signature. And then we also got the Hatebreed guitarist, which is Wayne Lozniak, I believe that's how you say his name. He's also got a signature Thoroughbred, a Black Beauty of some capacity, coming out eventually. So I've kind of more or less just gone over the last give or take year and a half of Dean Guitars that's been pretty much non-existent, with a few minor exceptions. Well, why is that? Now, I don't really know a lot, but I know a decent amount of what's going on behind the scenes, because I would like to call myself a friend of many people that work in the Armadillo Enterprises building, and I'm still to this day waving the Dean flag, and I want them to succeed and bounce back, right? I've had a couple conversations with a couple people that have worked there, and I'm not like teasing anything because I really don't know, but like, in my opinion, I think what's going to happen is 2024 and or at the very end of 2023. That's when you're going to see a brand new Dean guitars. I just mean from a brand perspective, a whole rebrand, reorganization type of thing. And I made a video several months ago now, maybe give or take 6-7 months. I'm not exactly sure when, but I laid out all the things that I wanted Dean guitars to do in 2023. Well, I think that video now reapplies to the end of 2023 and 2024. Because 2023 is pretty much dead and gone. I mean, there really isn't going to be too many new guitars in 2023 up until give or take Christmas time when people are starting to spend money. So 2023 from a production standpoint is pretty much over in my opinion. And I'm coming up with that conclusion because I've been heavily following the guitar industry and the guitar market as a consumer, as a fan, and as an artist for give or take 6 years. So like, there really isn't too much going on in the summertime, generally speaking, for a lot of guitar companies. So I think Dean guitars should ramp up at the end of 2023 and early 2024, which is Christmas time and NAMM time. And in case you haven't seen that video of what I think Dean guitars should do in 2023, basically, long story short, I kind of just said lean into the ML. That's like the main thing I said. The ML is the flagship of Dean guitars, and I think they really should just make that their bread and butter more than they already are so now. Just go crazy with an ML. Just go Fishman's, stainless steel frets, locking tuners, and an Evertune if you want to throw that in there. And it'll sell pretty well, I guarantee it. And I'm not even going to talk about the price because, you know, ESP E2s cost $3 grand, so like price is irrelevant anymore. But long story short, everybody, with this whole lull period, this whole reorganization period of Dean guitars, I really want to see them come back in 2024. But to go a whole year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years without a new guitar on the market, it's pretty alarming, not gonna lie. So now I want to turn the camera over to you guys. I want to point the camera at you, metaphorically, and ask what you guys have to say about Dean guitars. Let me know what you guys think is gonna happen with Dean guitars. What do you want to see from Dean guitars? And just, you know, just share your thoughts and opinions on everything that I said. As always, these videos are to just create a conversation piece and just to, you know, indirectly have a conversation with my camera, aka with you guys, you know what I'm saying? And most of you guys who watch my videos know that I'm not here to create drama, bash, or just criticize. I'm just more or less talking, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I really sincerely appreciate it. Find me on Spotify, find me on TikTok, Instagram, all the above. With that being said, I am out of here. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.